All right. So, we have a beautiful day today. And I will get this set up. I don't know. I don't know what else we got going on today. So, but, so I get this switched around. So anyway, we're going to get some practice in. This is live number 2. So, and then like, this is my hatchet we're throwing. Give her a good, nice little run. Nice and thinned out. So, this has been a good hatchet for me so far. Used to not be a fan of a king, and this and here's one I've been throwing. I used to throw an ace a lot, but today I'm going to practice in what I would probably wear while competing, just because if you're out here with a hoodie, sweater, anything like that, you know, you kind of want to know if you're going to catch anything or anything like that. So anyway, but today, like I said, we're just going to be throwing, practicing. I'm going to try to walk up and down. That's the pattern we're going to go, just up and down. That way we know basically our release points, the changes, especially on like the lower kills or the upper kills, etc. We're going to try to do that, and I think that's it. You're welcome to throw along if you want to, if you're at a venue or whatever, and you want to compete that way, go ahead. I don't do any more lives like one-on-ones anymore like I used to, but those were fun back in the day. But anyway, but yeah, so we're just going to kind of do that today, up and down. Hopefully we can get this board to last a little longer. If anything, what I'll end up doing is shifting everything over to the other side. That way we still use the board for the most part. I know now that I kind of made a mistake by putting them in line, because I'm going to split this board all the way up in the middle. But I got a couple other ones, so that is definitely fine. Also, want to put out a note. So we are throwing on this today, but if you haven't, this is the Aim Games target. If you have not got your entry in with that yet, it ends today. So yeah, then we're gonna switch over to knives. But yeah, if you have any other questions on it, get at it and go visit the website, aimgames.com, for it. And then I think we're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep running this for a few more days, at least till we're going to be doing knives, and then hatchet. Today is just going to be hatchet. We'll probably do some knives later. And then what we're going to do, my plan is we're going to move on to, for August. I'm going to get ready for the, Game of Throws, which is hosted by Blade Aces in Branson, Missouri. So that, and we'll be stepping back to 9 meters. So see how that goes. But anyway, let's get at it. We'll play a couple rounds, going up, going down. You're welcome to follow along. You're welcome to play along. But yeah, beautiful Sunday. So let's get at it. Like I said, I'm not perfect, but we aim to get perfect at it. You know what I mean? So. But we're going to keep on fine-tuning these techniques. That way it makes every throw easier, more comfortable. That's the goal. But that's what we're doing today on a beautiful Sunday. The wind's not that bad today. We got a few little gusts that come in, like right right there. But try to work around it. We'll see how it goes. First miss is up top. All right, let's walk her back down. You know, I said something about no wind, but hopefully it'll stop. There we go. So yeah, like I said, we're just gonna make little improvements. Getting ready for Worlds. I did this in 2022, but I also played online with a lot of folks. Like I said, we're not going to do that this go around. But yeah, you just want to it's fine tuning. Like I said, I'm not perfect, but you strive to be. Today feels pretty good. So far, so good. We got one miss. There we go. So if you are new into the chat, let me know if throw faster. I could throw faster. It's all about accuracy for me. I just want it nice and slow and steady, and then that's where you keep that accuracy. Oh, that was a miss, just a hair off. Yeah, I feel like if you throw too hard, it could, a bunch of variables start getting in. All off there. Throw faster. I'd end up smoking my handle. I guarantee it. For all the hunters out there, if you've ever hunted, you know, you want to take that nice breath, the nice easy pull of the trigger. It's the same thing with axe and knife throwing. You just want it to be nice, fluid, and consistent. Nothing jerky. Just like that, nice and slow. I feel like Bob Ross right now. I'm gonna paint you a nice little bird over here in the corner. The other thing I like to do is my hand placement. The way I grip the axe every time has to be the same in the exact same spot. So I have little notches that's in here that lets me know, where I'm at, and also have this coloring. This ain't just for looks. This is where I usually slide my fingers up or down depending on how I'm throwing that day. If I feel like I'm throwing weak, or I want a little bit, if I'm having wrist issues or whatever, I'll actually grab just a hair up, which is going to slow my rotation down, but I'll step back just a little bit, but that'll help make the axe actually feel a little bit lighter. So, just some information. Do with it as you will. So it looks like I'm throwing to the right based off those couple throws. Here we go. Still throwing to the right, but that's a hit. So what I try to do is when I notice things, like if I'm throwing this way, like that, since you're at 12 foot, I mean, this little bit of increment left or right can actually, by the time 12 foot gets along, you know, it's just like the, what's that they call it, projection or whatever. By the time you get to the target, you're going to be an inch off or more. So it's just those little things that can change it. So I'm still throwing to the right. But you work those out. You'll eventually find a different spot, a different angle, but it's usually muscle related. There you go. You can get too tense or whatever, and it'll cause you to kind of throw to the right. You can, your balance, like if you go to throw, if you tend to like let your body push over to the side, it'll do the same thing. Yeah. So we're throwing to the right today. It looks like it. And I'm talking about, every one of those that are landing are about 1 centimeter or so to the right. Now, granted, these are actually smaller than, so this is about the size of the actual bullseyes. These are just a little smaller. These are about the size of my thumb through here. So, but I'm trying to aim small to kind of make sure that my consistency is tight. So, but even if I miss this by, you know, let's just say yay much or whatever, on a regular bullseye, that's probably going to end up being a bullseye. But I keep that pattern tight where I know even if I do miss this, I mean, I'm still going to probably catch the actual bullseye in actual gameplay. But we've got wind we're playing with today. Sounds like, feels like. So, but it's just all about movement. That's what practice is. Like I said, you ain't gonna ever be perfect. If you are, then that's awesome. But as for the most part, it's just getting that repetition in. That way your muscle memory stays intact and says, hey, I know what I'm doing. Or I try to know what I'm doing anyway. So yeah, we're still throwing to the right. Just smoke that knot there. See if we can adjust a little bit. Hopefully fix that. A little too much. But I hit it. Way off. I was looking at something. But still, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find a good focal point. So bam. Up. So what I do is whenever I'm grabbing my handle, I don't know if you could kind of see it. I try to find a good focal point when I'm doing this. So whether it be, I'll start here and my bullseye will sit in this little V. And then whenever I come up with my wrist, I usually want that bullseye to keep following down, just straight down with from here all the way to about right in here, roughly. And then that's where I release it. So I come here, I go up. So that's my drawback, and then I throw. So, like I said, if you're keeping that focal point, this is just information I've learned over the years. Do with it, like I said, as you wish. If it works great for you, it works great for you. If it doesn't work great for you, then I'm going to throw medium at this point. But anyway, like I said, if you're taking any of this information in, I've showed a lot of throwers how to throw, whether, you know, they've been doing it a while, if they haven't, whatever. But yeah, if you take this information, do what you will. But if it works for you, at least come up and say thank you. If not, then fuck you. All right. There we go. But no, we'll just keep going up and down. Let's say we're just refining this throw. Just trying to make sure that they land the same every time. Easy. Still throwing to the right, but that's fine. Like I said, that little bit, nothing to worry about. Like I said, that could be just the tight muscle, whatever. There we go. So I know y'all are just seeing me do this, throwing up and down. I want you to be able to see where I'm hitting. But as far as gameplay and throwing wise, there's a lot going on my end. Like, I'm looking, when I do miss and I throw to the right, I'm thinking to myself, okay, what did I do? Every throw in my mind, I'm like, okay, am I holding too tight? Is it sitting in here just right on my, you know, kind of like my, I guess my force finger or my flick finger. So I think about all those things as I'm doing it. Or do I think, oh, did I throw that too fast? Did I throw it too slow? So did I overthink? That right there, overthinking is what will kill you. But if you can use it to stay focused, go ahead. Yeah, we're throwing to the right, and it's the same every time. So to me, it's just like I'll need to find a focal point or move whichever way I need to change that. So this time we're going to go here. I'm going to move over just a little bit. We still missed it, so I moved over too much. But what I did was that spot that I told you that I came, when I come up, come on out. Like I said, my bullseye sits here, and when I come up from my drawback, I'm trying to make a straight line with my eye and my vision straight down this side of this axe. And then somewhere in here is where I'm going to release, is what the goal is. I call it this is my wrinkle, but whatever. But if I can find a freckle, if I can find anything like that, a mole, whatever, or even if I put a dot with a pin there, once I find a good spot, then that's going to tell me every time that I'm not going to let that, I'm not going to do this a whole lot, side to side. Now, my up and down might be off just a little bit, depending on how, like I said, how fast you throw or whatever, or how slow. But if you can think to yourself, like, inhale, exhale, you know, wax on, wax off. That's, you know, even tell yourself that. It doesn't matter. But as long as you're just up, down, just like that. So Up here, up, down. Just like that. So we got that kill shot. But that's what I say in my mind. Is that way I know that I'm consistently throwing the same pace. Set my spot. Up. Down. Same deal. Just now go in again. Up. Down. Same pace. Now, I could not do any of these videos. Like, I've been doing these for years, but if I like helping people, I like coaching people. So if any of these videos help you, like I said, I absolutely love it. If it does, like I said, at least say thank you. But I don't mind that either. That's whatever. But I'll do these videos and just tell everybody what goes through my mind as I'm doing it, why I do it, etc. So, but like I said, that's the end of this little short video for today. Catch me back tomorrow or later this afternoon. We will be throwing some knives around. Probably won't be doing any big axe just because, for one, I want this board to last me a little longer. And for two, I'm not throwing, big axe in Worlds. So I'm strictly focusing on hatchet and knives. So, and since I feel comfortable from the front half, I'm still going to be working on the back half because that's what makes you or breaks you. And so I'm strictly going to be throwing double rotation from the back in our next video. And it's the same principles that I explained in this set on how I set up and how I throw. It does the same thing. I do it with hatchet, big axe, knives, knife tools, whatever you want to call it. I do the same thing, the same motion. That way I don't have to change anything. Now, the only thing I do change is if like, the weights in each thing, like for me, like for my tomahawk and hawks, or my hatchet and hawk is different. And I have to adjust my focal point lower. So instead of in the V, mine actually goes to the top of my finger because I want to tell my body to start off with my elbow low, because when I come up, it's not an as aggressive throw, and I'll tend to throw higher if I use my same focal point. I'll actually throw above my target that I'm aiming at, if that makes any sense. So anyway, but for the folks that come on here, thank you for watching. I hope any of this information helps you. Take it to your axe house, take it to your backdoor range, whatever you want to do. And tell me how it works. You know, message me if I helped you at all. And if I didn't, like I said, keep throwing your way. But thank you. Have a good Sunday.